Splitty City Slickers. Welcome finally to another special installment edition of Hank's Tank Tier List Thursday, where I will be ranking the best and the worst of any given subject that has to do with the realm of combat sports. Took me a while to do this version, guys, because got to be honest, there's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of work I've had to do. There's a lot of changes in my life in general. But I am here, man. I'm here. I'm finally able to do another great edition of Tank Tier List Thursday instead of Tank Tier List Tuesday because things have been switched up a bit. We're doing the picks earlier. That won't change the quality of the product, though. I'm finally back to ranking all my favorite subjects regarding MMA. And one of these days, I am going to put up polls for members of the Split Decision Combat Sports podcast, asking you guys what topics you want to see next for Tank Tier List Thursday. And I will happily get to those and address them and make sure to do a special version for you guys, dude. But here, I thought it was very fitting to do one edition specifically dedicated to short notice replacement fighters, since we just had a big replacement with Renato Moicano stepping up in the main event against Islam Makhachev. Made me think, what were other big examples of fighters stepping up to the plate on short notice and either winning or losing in very significant fights in the history of MMA and the UFC. A lot of these will be UFC fights, but eventually we should get to a point where members of the chat will have their own picks for the tier list. So I'm happy to get into those. Usually I save those for the very end, but I just did. This is a topic that was just whirling through my brain, so I thought I had to cover this subject this week. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. I think that's good. Yeah. Does everybody see this screen okay? By the way, I need to put up the live stream on YouTube so that I could put up some polls for you guys to decide on some of these subjects. 1 second. Here we go. All right. See, I'll make sure to have those polls up in just a second. But you guys recognize some of the short notice replacement fights already? I know they may be a little small right now, but trust me, once I expand these images in size, you'll definitely have some thoughts and feelings about these. Okay. But yeah, I got 10 so far, 10 big ones. But I'm sure that there are some that I have forgotten about or chose to forget about. So it's up to the people in the chat to give me some other suggestions towards the end of this thing. But let's get to our first pick. And that will be Mr. Joe Lozon against Jens Pulver. This one is an absolute classic. If you don't know this one, then I'm sorry to say it, but you have not been doing your homework or looking into the history of the UFC or the sport, because you would remember this fight. This was one of the craziest upsets in UFC history. Jens Pulver was coming off a huge, significant tenure in Pride. He was the UFC's first lightweight champion. I know he lost the belt, but I believe he did he lose it to someone in the UFC? I don't think he did. Let's see. I'm going to look this up just to confirm. Jens Pulver. Here we go. Yes. Became famous. Versus Hallman. First defense. Kind of technique. Eventually won. Oh, BJ Penn. But yeah, then he defended against BJ. Was expected to fight. Yes. But after the company declined to pay Ray's request and missed the prevailing contracts option exercising period, Pulver left the UFC. So yes, he did not lose his title in the UFC, and then had a pretty good run in Pride, as well as other spots. So then he returned to the UFC, got a bunch of hype around him, and then almost immediately has this fight up against a short notice replacement, Joe Lozon, who hadn't even appeared on Tough yet. Let me see. I had notes on where he was. Yeah, he was a rookie from the World Fighting League, and it was his first ever fight in the UFC. It was his debut fight. Yo, what it do? Split City Grew. Jens Pulver's a real one. He is, and he absolutely deserves his Hall of Fame induction. That was an incredible video of him just live broadcasting his reactions to a UFC event, and then just sees his name in the inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he's there with his son, and they're just celebrating together. That was such a great moment. Jens Pulver's a real one. Make sure to like the stream, by the way, guys, so we can get more of you beautiful faces here in chat, including the face of Cowboy Bebop. But yeah, Jens Pulver absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. First ever lightweight champion. You have to include him in there. So it was a long time coming. Little Evil, right? Isn't that his name? Hold on. I have to affirm these things, otherwise it's going to drive me nuts. What was his name? Yeah, he was Little Evil. Yeah. But good old Jens Pulver unfortunately did not survive this fight against Joe Lauzon, even though he's a heavy favorite. Joe Lauzon was a 7-1 underdog, and yet he took down Pulver immediately. Jens was even struggling to get back up and then ate a shot for his troubles. He slipped on the canvas like a couple seconds into the stand-up, and then Joe made him pay with the knee up the middle and a left hook that just put him out cold, basically. Joe Lauzon with hair was an unstoppable force. He would compete in Ultimate Fighter Season 5 on Team Penn, of course, instead of Team Pulver. Went on to beat a young Jeremy Stevens, so that's a notable win. He's going to fight Eddie Alvarez at Knucklemania in a few days, so that guy's somehow still in the sport. Melvin Gillard, he beat Michael Chiesa, Speedball Takanori Gomi, Diego Sanchez, even a young Jonathan Pierce in 2019 did Joe Lauzon. He was set to face Donald Cowboy Cerrone 3 times, but each time he was canceled. And he probably would have beat Cowboy at that stage in his career. Very extensive and pretty much successful UFC career after this huge upset as well. So I think that Joe Lauzon is underappreciated, and this is probably his greatest win of his career. So I actually rate this one pretty highly. I would personally probably give it an A, but I wonder what you guys think about it. Yes, I love his watch-alongs on YouTube Fight Pass. Got real fun stories. Absolutely. Yeah, Jen just seems like a total sweetheart. You see McGregor yelling at Stevens at a Knucklemania presser. Yeah. Oh, the little Stevens, yeah. Eddie. Oh, yeah, you gotta take this guy down, man. You gotta knock him the fuck out, man, for Philly. You gotta do it for Philly, mate. They try to make Stevens, he's disrespecting all these people, mate. You gotta beat him for me, Eddie. You gotta hit him with the right hand. You can't slow down, Eddie. And he's just like encouraging Eddie the entire time. It's so funny to me how Connor's somehow become like teammates and allies with Eddie Alvarez, despite Eddie being one of the guys who was like the rudest to him during their back and forths. He said that Conor McGregor was on welfare. The dude was taking welfare money from single moms. How do you ever forgive someone who just like shuts you up like that? So I don't know how Conor forgave Eddie after that, but hey, I guess they're good friends now. He definitely doesn't care for who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? Yeah, oh brother, man. But yeah, I want to put this guy over in the poll and see what you guys think. This one's a classic. I would say, is it between A, B, maybe C, but I don't know, man. I think it's a pretty legendary one. I'll add in C, but Lauzon over Jens Pulver. Where would you guys rate this one? It's just, this is one that sticks out very clearly in my mind. Crazy that this happened before he was even on The Ultimate Fighter. And he honestly, the way he knocked out Jens Pulver, he should have just been signed to the UFC. Shouldn't have even had to go through the Ultimate Fighter. He should have been given a contract then and there. But UFC, I guess, hates Joe Lauzon or something. I get it. He looks like Smeagol. He looks like Anthony Serkis a little bit. But come on, man. He knocks out your first lightweight champion. You got to give him a contract. A to B tier, says Ryan Welsh. Ooh. Ryan Welsh has decided on B. Let's see what the others think about this. If the others are even here, man. Strange stuff. Hmm. Did you see that fight live? I definitely didn't. Haha. No, I did not. Thank God. But was able to watch it. It was actually a pretty early UFC fight. Because here's the thing, I like channels like MMA On Point. I like channels that make lists, and they introduced me to Joe Lozon in this crazy ass upset. So um, I was able to watch it through basically being an MMA historian, and I thought it was crazy watching it as well. Salam, hello, Mushahid Khan. What do you think about Jens Pulver knocking out? Joe Lozon knocking out Jens Pulver. Where does it rank among the greatest short notice replacement performances? Inshallah, Usman will lose. Yeah, against Paul Hughes. Yeah, I hope that happens too. Say it with me. Inshallah, he will lose. Yes, we're praying to the Marab gods. We're praying to our Georgian gods. Inshallah, Irishman got this. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Ireland versus Russia 2, Electric Boogaloo. How do you feel about the folks finding the tomb of Gilgamesh? Well, he was buried somewhere. They drew tablets and hieroglyphs that showed his presence, and they had statues dedicated to him and other architecture. He had to have a tomb somewhere. So if it's true that they found his tomb, I'm glad they found it. Who's Gilgamesh? He was one of the Mesopotamians. Marsha, Hammurabi, Archabanapal, and Gilgamesh. Yeah, Gilgamesh. Tomb. Let me see. Is this true? 2003, a German-led archaeological team discovered what is believed to be the tomb of the legendary Gilgamesh. But that was 2003, dude. That was like way before. Okay. That's very specific. Hey, had to be buried somewhere. The dude from the Smurfs. Oh yeah. Wasn't he named? No, he was named something else. The Smurfs. But it did start with the G. Characters. Gargamel. No, that's Gargamel. Very similar though. Gilgamesh was 17 feet tall. Do you think Chandler would have tried to adopt him because of his size? Oh, brother. No, he would, because it would have reminded him of Charles Oliveira not beating him up twice. It would remind him too much of Charles, so that's a no. Make sure to like the stream, Mushahid. LMAO, bro. Yeah, I know. This guy despises Michael Chandler. We got 3 votes, and it's for A. Yes, justice has prevailed. The right decision was made. Thank God. Reason prevails. So I am going to put this rightfully where it deserves to be, in A tier. Sweet. There you go, buddy. Sweet sauce. Oop. Yeah, I'll make it smaller. This is how legends are made. Oh, brother. Let's go to the next one. Bruh, if you and I did a genetic test, I think we probably shared an ancestor. Yeah. We definitely share an ancestor in terms of species on this planet that came before us. Lots of inbred families. I believe that. I like that. I need to know your thoughts on Elon's gesture from the inauguration. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He's not that autistic. He has reflected the thoughts of some of the more crazy alt-right wing members of Twitter. So he was having a song and dance about it, and he was being playful with it. But we all knew what he was doing. I think we all do. Yeah. My fish ancestor got our out of the water first. Yeah, you're the first person. You are the very first person. You destroyed all the other human species. My fish ancestor would kick your fish ancestor's ass. Big fish, small pond, little bro. If you kicked all the other small fish out, you'd have a small pond for yourself, and then you'd suffocate. The sun would burn you to a crisp. So I doubt it. I don't believe your sob story. Anyway, Let's get to my next pick for the tank tier list. It is Sean Strickland against Israel Adesanya. This one is an absolute classic, my friends. No, it's a modern day classic. So yeah, Sean Strickland basically became the next Michael Bisping for middleweight in the UFC with this one. He beat its champion on a few weeks' notice after the initial challenger pulled out, just like we like Mike Ikes. He went from beating unranked Abus Magomedov, knocking him out somehow with a jab, to schooling the two-time middleweight champion with 5 defenses, who knocked out the guy who knocked him out and took his belt for the first time, and he just basically schooled him. Dricus du Plessis was expected to fight Adesanya only 2 months after beating Robert Whittaker, which was just ridiculous, very advantageous to Israel Adesanya. And Dricus rightfully pulled out with a foot injury. God almighty. Stupid matchmaking from the UFC to protect Izzy, and it almost ruined the event. So fuck Uncle Fester and Roy Cohn Jr. By that I mean Hunter. It also Strickland knocked Israel Adesanya down in the very first round and then cruised with his better conventional boxing in rounds 3, 4, and 5 with barely a mark on him. He taunted him at the end as well, and was a plus 500 underdog going into that thing. So incredulous performance from Sean Strickland. Very few people picked him. The ones who did were just like angry at Izzy and just thought that, Strickland, yeah, he got into his head. He also became a champion from a short notice he became a champion from a short notice upset. So I think that automatically makes it top tier. He did it over 5 rounds too instead of 3. I think that makes him pretty much the king of the S's. Maybe it stands for sad sacks, shit stirrers. I don't know. Either way, I have S for Sean Strickland. He also had a pretty close title defense against Dricus du Plessis and is now still fighting for a belt this year as well. So this win has after effects as well. A bus, more like a bus. Yeah, a bus that had ran out of gas real quick. A bus on an empty tank of gas. But Strickland would say, Abu. He called him Abu. Don't trust a German, Kurt. Don't trust a German. Abu from Aladdin, you guys. DDP, more like DDP. His coach definitely has tendencies. Sean Strickland completely starched a bus. He starched Abus Magomedov, yes. If my memory serves, Abus tried so hard in the first to get him out, and Strickland ended up crumbling him because he loves to do. Yes. Yes. He basically petered out, and then Strickland just kept jabbing him over and over again, and he just fell down. Who said, you shit on the Abus? You shit on the Abus. Wait a minute. Yeah, where is that from? Not sure. Dude, it was great seeing him get that knockdown. It was round 1, not round 2. It was the very start of the fight. No, not. It's for. Oh yeah, you cheat on the Abus. Connor said that to Khabib. I see. I hope that's just mocking Sean Strickland for joining that group. I hope you don't mean that. Does Deshaun Strickland make the necessary adjustments to beat the grapple heavy style of DDP? I reckon not. Yeah. Because again, Sean Strickland told Curtis, hey, here's the thing, Dricus du Plessis. Let's just fucking do the man dance. Let's just stand like, man, come on, man. And then Dricus like, no. So I don't know why Strickland would want to have a stand-up fight with. I don't know why he wants to have a stand-up fight with him, but if he changed, I don't know why he'd ask to have a no takedown clause. It's just sort of like Kevin Holland, you know. I feel like he hasn't changed all that much. I think he wants it to stay on the feet still, obviously, but if he's not willing to stuff the takedowns, he's going to lose again. Connor said it to be, wow, no K section. Yeah, fuck no. Fuck the KKK. Fuck them. K section, I know. I think DDP should give a peck a kiss to Sean at the face-offs to freak him out. That is true. Yes. Well, they're right next to each other, and Sean's like, oh God, oh, I'm so sad, you guys. Oh God, oh, going over my childhood. Why'd you have to do that, Dreykus? Why'd you have to do that? Oh, reminds me of my dad, dude. I think DDP would give pick on the G, freak him out, trip him, and play mind games with him. Yeah. God, how's he gonna make Strickland cry again during the press conference? And he'll be like, "Yeah, you need a drama. Your friend that you interview with has been with every man on the block, and when I'm done with you, me and her are gonna have a little we're gonna do what my coach and I like to do after we win our fights. How does that make you feel, Sean? Hey, I was with your girlfriend before she met you, and I drive a Prius, thank you very much. You and your stupid Harley." Or something like that. And hey, it's not gonna be Curtis who hits you with the brick, it's gonna be me, okay? Who said, how can she slap? Was that wasn't Armin Sarukian, was it? How can she slap? Oh boy. How can she slap is a line from the 2008 episode of the show Dadagiri titled Esha the Goddess. In this episode, contestant Ravi Bhatia was slapped by Esha Bhaskar, also known as Esha the Goddess. Bhatia repeatedly asked, how can she slap? No, he deserved a slap then. Well, there you go. Yeah, where do you rank good old Shawnee Strickland beating the absolute dog crap? And I mean dog crap out of the dog bender Israel Adesanya. Call PETA, you guys, dude. I'm a representative of PETA here. This is a big one. So I got S. I think I'm just gonna put him in S. There we go. I had a nightmare where Kayla was running after me, telling me to come have breakfast. I was freaked out. Yeah, you would have had some fists for breakfast. You would have had a back mount for breakfast. Instead of her being the horse, it'd be you. Willy time! Hey, come here, Poochie. Hey, come here, Millie. God, mouth fed his own dog. What a disgusting piece of crap. Oh, 50-50 with S&A. Is C. Come on, there are 7 people in here. You know what to do. If Amanda fights Kayla, will Amanda flirt with her? Is she already married? I thought she was married already. Oh, Nina. Yeah, she cheats on her mid-fight. Yeah, definitely. Well, she asked her to join her in the after party. Let's just say that. He did more than mouth feed. Yeah, I know. Disgusting. Is flirting halal? Whatever floats your boat, man. Is it halal for Amanda to flirt with Kayla? Sure. We're in America. Very flexible rules here. So, apparently. So, still 2 votes. God dang. Come on, people. Get it together. Oh yeah, he's asking what halal is. Give me 1 second. Denoting or relating to meat prepared as described by Muslim law. I don't know. Well, it depends on what kind of meat you're using. Halal is a type of burger. Yeah, it's faithful. It's not sin. Can you change your name from Hank to Hamid because you said mashallah? When I fly over to the Middle East, maybe. Yeah, halal is a type of burger. Ooh, yeah, it sure is. Let's see. And nobody's changed it, so I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna just give my impression of it. So I'm going to put Sean versus Izzy in S tier, and my potential bias comes into play as well because I did watch this live, and it was pretty freaking awesome. So, also, I just don't think anybody saw it coming. So that places it pretty high to me. So there you go, S. And Strickland has proven that he's a top middleweight contender as well. So it's aged like a fine wine. Okay, brother, I'm heading out now. Got to get to work. Peace out. All right, peace out, Mujahid. Have a wonderful night/day. Thank you very much, my friend. Always nice to have you here. But yeah, let's get to our next big one. And remember, make sure, guys, if you have a short notice replacement fighter you want to see on this list that I have not included yet, let me know. Let's get to our next big pick for the tier list. Who is it? Who's next? Oh no. Oh man. Well, we've had a lot of very exciting and exhilarating short notice replacements, but now we got to get to some of the sad stuff. Alexander Volkanovski stepping up on short notice against Islam Makhachev at UFC 294 in the rematch. Oh, have a good day/night to you too, Con. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think this is maybe the saddest fate that's ever befallen a short notice replacement fighter in a UFC main event, maybe ever. He fought Islam Makhachev before in a super fight for the UFC lightweight title. I believe that was at UFC 284. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was at UFC 284. They had a very close back and forth fight. Volkanovski dropped Islam Makhachev at the end, had him tiring out as well by the time the fight wrapped up, but it was too little too late, and Islam Makhachev won the fight. Some thought Volk won. I don't think he won. I think he barely lost, but still, great effort from Volkanovski, Herculean effort from Volk. And he then defended his featherweight title, UFC 290, against Yair Rodriguez in a just absolute masterclass tour de force that showed that featherweight GOAT Volk was still around and alive and kicking. But then Charles Oliveira pulls out of his title rematch with Islam due to his sparring partner giving him just a giant gash over his right eyebrow, which was crazy. How the heck does that happen a few days before the fight? He got it stitched up himself instead of going to the UFC. So therefore, he couldn't compete because of the impromptu procedure. And Volk was called in the middle of the night to fight Islam Makhachev on 11 days' notice. And I remember this very distinctly. I know exactly where I was. I was in a classroom. When I just saw it on my computer, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He was reportedly offered 6 figures to do it, and Volk accepted right away, not only for the amount given, but also because of the confidence he had that he could beat Islam, given that he fought him before. Islam called this willingness to take the money out at the pre-fight press conference, and I was annoyed at Islam for doing that, but it ended up being sort of true, and Volk was not in the proper shape to fight Islam Makhachev, and yet he fought him anyway. And then he couldn't land a single punch against Islam on the feet during that fight. I remember I was, Saturday I was enjoying, and it was in the morning too, so I was waking up to have the fight. I'd gotten some good rest. I was happy. I was excited. And then it just was an awful performance from Volk. He tried to take Makhachev down in the first round of all tactics, and that didn't work out at all. Could barely get him down. And then Volk got head kicked for his troubles and brutally put out by Islam. And Islam showed respect, but nothing could alleviate the pain of that loss for both Volk and myself. And Volk cried at the post-fight press conference after this too, which was very vivid in my mind. Just a terrible time overall. Probably one of my saddest UFC memories as a fan. Nothing's gone right for Volkanovski since either. He had a quick turnaround and returned to fighting a few months later against Ilia Topuria. We all saw how that went out. That turned out put out within 2 rounds. He wants to fight Topuria again and receive even more brain damage, apparently. And now he's become featherweight Tony Ferguson. Is it just a terrible fate for a great fighter? So, bad stuff. Yeah, I took 2 L's. This one much worse. Oof. I came from a land down under, where women grow and men plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? Oh, you better run, you better take, come on, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man, so many good memories. And now whenever I hear that song with Volk coming out, I just dread it. I dread it. I'm honestly just depressed when I hear the song because I remember all the good times, and I know that all those good feelings with Volk are just going to go down the drain as soon as he gets slept in the cage. So now it's just going to be a sad song to hear from now on. Can you imagine Volk if Tony Ferguson came out to that song? Like, you just have a big frown on your face listening to it. But yeah, Volkanovski. I'm not even gonna have a poll for this one. I'm not gonna have a poll. It's one of the worst performances on short notice ever. Yeah, I think it's an automatic F in my opinion. So, nah, mate. Song's a banger, gets me hyped. Far out. I know the song's a banger. I listen, but honestly, I'm being honest here. Even when I hear it outside of the Volkanovski loss, on the radio, I just get sad. It's true. I just feel bad. I just think of Volkanovski, just his head bouncing off the fence when I think of that song. So this loss to is sort of traumatized me. I'll be honest, guys, and I can't enjoy the song anymore. But I understand the connotation. Sad. No, don't think of that. I have to, dude. Volk's one of my favorite fighters ever. So yeah, it's hard to get that image out of your head. But that song is fantastic. It's a great song. Whenever you just hear it on the radio, you get a little happy. It's just a feel-good song, very catchy, but too big an MMA fan to let it slide, man. All right, now let's get to our next big pick. Michael Bisping, where are you? Good old Michael Bisping. I love you, Mike. I love you. See you soon, boy. Good old Mike Bisping. Easiest night of my life. Easiest fight of my life, buddy. Good old Mikey Bisping. So this guy showed up on 2 weeks' notice after Weidman pulled out of his UFC middleweight title fight rematch with Luke Rockhold. By the way, who would ever want to see that fight after the first time they put on the gloves? It was absolutely brutal. Rockhold just took Weidman down, and Weidman just had nothing to get up and was just getting hammered, hit to the side of the head over and over and over and over again. And it was I thought it was Mario Yamazaki who ref that, right? I gotta affirm that. Who was the referee for Weidman versus Rockhold? Oh, it was Herb Dean. Oh, it was Herb Dean. Oh my God, that was a Mario Yamazaki level performance from Herb Dean. Just let that fight go on way too long, like 7 minutes too late, and it was just automatic CT for Chris Weidman. But yeah, no, I don't think anyone would want to see that rematch. And he got a neck injury during training, did Chris Weidman apparently. And meanwhile, Bisping was fluking and conning his way through medical exams so he could compete in his fights with one eye after Vitor Belfort kicked his right eye loose. Making his short notice win even more miraculous here. He fought with one eye against Luke Rockhold, the wrestler, and knocked him the hell out. This was a rematch of a previous fight as well, where Rockhold schooled Michael Bisping, which only multiplies the unexpected nature of this upset tenfold. So this is just shocking. And what was it again? 2 weeks notice. God almighty. And he was able to pull that off within a couple minutes. By the way, Bisping pretty much schooled Rockhold on the mic in the press conference and in the cage. He pretty much called Rockhold's atrocious striking defense ahead of time during the press conference before he even landed that overhand left. And then he continued to absolutely verbally obliterate Rockhold in the post-fight presser after he refused to show sportsmanship afterwards. And he was like, no, I'm not going to shake your hand. Not after everything you said to me. Oh, yeah, whatever you want. Like, that was like the worst Luke Rockhold. The one who was like, the samurai. You can conceive it, believe it, and achieve it. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up. You don't believe anything, buddy. You don't believe any. You're just smelling your own shit, buddy. You think, yeah. What's the phrase for it? You don't think your shit stinks, do ya? Anyway, title reign wasn't that impressive for Michael Bisping. He almost lost to old man Dan Henderson, who's still a legend, but not at that age. Then GSP absolutely destroyed him. But the win over a dominant middleweight wrestler was pretty incredulous and easy for Michael Bisping. So it ranks highly. Conceive, believe, achieve. Get out of here with that. Rebecca, listen to this jackass. I'm going to make you the fool instead of the king on Saturday. Also, because of this win, we are doomed to listening to Michael Bisping on UFC commentary for eternity. So that's nice. Oh, I got a good poll. Paul Felder stepping up on 5 days' notice after Islam Makhachev pulled out against Rafael dos Anjos. Really? Felder puts on a war but takes the L. Interesting. All right, we'll put that on the list right after this. Paul Felder stepping in against Rafael. Okay. Oh yeah, that was tough. Oh man. All right, I got that pulled up, but man, Bisping doing this was goated. Yeah, it was actually absolutely fantastic. I had Maximum Moro with this one. Rockhold always a little flat on the mic. Bisping's boisterous personality is so fun to watch. Yeah, and he even has his moments on commentary these days. Like, I think he's well past his bad phase as a commentator. I think Bisping, he can be a good play-by-play guy when he wants to be, and a better interviewer too. Actually, I don't right now. I just ain't seen Rockhold clips of him on the mic. Yeah. 2015 to 2016, Luke Rockhold was a problem, and not in terms of like, oh man, he's intimidating. It was problem as in he's just problematic on the mic for selling pay-per-views at least. And then Bisping gets to avenge his loss against Hendo. What a guy! What a guy! Hey, Anthony. Speaking of what a guy, our good old Anthony Smith. Look at him. Look at him turtling up. He's gonna be light heavyweight champion someday, I tell ya. Tell him, Anthony. I don't know. Bobby Heenan impression. Oh, God. Now you listen to me, humanoid. Andre the Giant can't be beat, dummy. He can't be beat. All your little pukesters and your Hulkamaniacs, eating your vitamins and all that. My Andre the Giant, my giant is a 7-foot tall mammoth of a man who I had to pay good money for, gorilla. Oh, look at it, Ric Flair at number 3. That's not fair to Flair. That's not fair to Flair. I always knew he could do it. Oh, I knew he was going to do that. I just knew he was going to do that. He don't need Jannetty. Oh, come on. I told you that off and on. Are you blind? Are you blind, Bobby? Hey, look, Gorilla Monsoon. I got you some banana peels. I ate the bananas already, but hey, here you go, Gorilla Monsoon. What's the word? Oh, shit. Oh, man, I was doing so well. Go nuts. Here's some bananas. And this is the man. This is the man right here. Rick Rude. Yeah, he's the Intercontinental Champion. He's a man. From head to toe. Look at that. Oh, all the ladies want him. Look, Gorilla. All the ladies want him. What are you talking about, Brain? They're all sick of him. Oh, this place has gone bananas. Jake the Snake Roberts' wife just slapped the taste out of his mouth. That's not fair, okay? Where's Jesse Ventura when you need him? I'm tired of sitting next to this humanoid. Anyway, I need to get into Monday Night Raw. All right. That's enough Bobby Heenan. That's all I remember from him. You had a contract, Mr. Perfect. You had a contract. You can't get out of the contract. It's signed there in print. You listen to me, Bobby. You've been yanking my chain for far too long. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll never do the same thing to you ever again. I swear. Look at that stupid macho man. Anyway, God. Well, I need to get exercise now. I just had a dead body, a dead soul overtake my body right there. But what do we do for Mr. Michael Bisping? I think this is another S, personally, because it's a title win. It's on short notice. It's absolute insanity. But I'll let you guys decide. Ooh, Michael Bisping, A through S, A or S, S. Okay, Michael Bisping, KOs, Luke Rockhold. Believes it and achieves it. Issy. What do we think? I'm glad Not in the AM Bro found it entertaining. Conceived, believed, and achieved. Yes. Did exactly. Listen to the advice that Luke Rockhold gave him. 2 votes, 100%. All right. Easy as pie. All right. Let's put it in there, folks. All right. I'm one of the greats, buddy. You don't be stepping up to me. Easiest fight of my life. Hey, shake my hand, Luke. Shake my hand. Nope, I don't want to. Shake my hand. What's wrong with you, buddy? Your arm gone stiff. All right, let's now include Paul Felder versus RDA. I mean, just look at this image. This is all you need to know. That's absolutely brutal, man. I mean, was it close? Did Paul Felder even win any rounds? Felder versus RDA scorecards. I'm going to find it. Wow. 40, 50, 45, 50, 45, and 49, 47. Oh, one had it for Felder, which is crazy. Hey, at least he got a split. That's weird, though. What do we got for this one? It looks pretty bad to me, but at least he didn't get flatlined. Like maybe D tier. It's not C tier because he didn't put up that big of an effort. I think this is sort of a perfect D. Because at least he got that split, even if it was BS, you know? I know he got his face mashed in, but didn't get finished, so... Or do you think this is F? Do you think this is depressing, traumatizing stuff? I think I'd put it in D tier. He got dominated on the floor. Yeah, just like most wrestlers do to strikers. Which is why you got to be sort of a nihilist in the sport, so that when the strikers beat the grapplers, it's a nice surprise. But worked well on the feet, so I give it a C. All right. Ryan Welsh has his own feelings on the subject, and I won't let him down, man. I'll put it in C. Actually, I'm not gonna let someone just decide just one voice on here. I'm gonna have it between C and D. Loses to RDA. Sorry, I gotta let the people decide. I like Felder. My GC, and this is exactly why I have to put it to the poll. I've been betrayed. Well, let's see. Maybe it'll still be. Maybe C will still win the day. Who knows, man? What's the word for it? I've been bamboozled. I'm in double crossed. See? Hey, DJ 18 is here. How's it going, DJ? Used to be at loving, touching, kissing. F like our lives depend on it, but how we get to lying, crying, always fighting. Like our lives depend on it. Oh, there you go, putting words in my mouth. It's about dude. DJ Aiden has regressed quick. He has fallen off the wagon. Now he's doing nothing but singing One Direction lyrics. He is completely betrayed the musical challenge. So I'm gonna tell on you, DJ Aiden. What song? Let me know. Good old DJ 18. Oh, 7 votes. No. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah, man. Yeah, they found it. All right, 8 votes. Depend on It by Liam Payne. Yeah, DJ Aiden is a big fan of Liam Payne, unfortunately. 67%. D has won out. Hit that co-pay paste day. Jesus Christ. I was born in the wrong generation. Yep. I can't allow it. I can't allow it. It is going in D. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I hoodwinked you. I'm sorry I double-crossed you. I bet you've been rused. Or what's the word for it? Double-crossed. Betrayed, deceived, swindled. Oh, swindled's a good one. Tricked, hoodwinked, let down, failed. Duped. Yeah, there you go. This is a prank. Oh, how clever. What a clever prank from DJ Aiden. That's what Pulver says. Haha. Hoodwinked. Oh, yeah. All right. Sorry, Ryan Welsh. It goes in D. But let's get to our next big one. I hope people remember this. So they don't have to glaze Movzar Evloev to death. We have Diego Lopez stepping in on I think it was 5 days notice or 2 days. Yeah, 5 days notice. Lopez made his UFC debut against number 6 ranked featherweight Movzar Evloev, replacing Bryce Mitchell, who would have been dominated by Movzar Evloev, by the way. So lucky him. He only put his but his reward was getting flatlined by Josh Emmett. So actually, maybe him versus Evloev would have been more merciful. And Lopez rocked Evloev early in the fight. When he did get taken down by Evloev, he almost immediately would lock in a leg lock or an arm bar that would get pretty tight in moments. He was never in complete trouble on the ground. Showed off expert BJJ in his first fight ever for the UFC and came close to winning by finish a bunch of times against an undefeated Dagestani. He's tapping into that Marab energy right there. But then he lost by unanimous decision. But the real ones know the fight was close, especially with Movzar's opponent coming in on 5 days' notice. Sort of embarrassing for Movzar, and it took him 2 fights to recover from. One in which Arnold Allen would have beat him if not for Mark Goddard, by the way. And in that time, Lopez has had 5 fights and is now number 3, whereas Movzar is number 4 at featherweight. So a spiritual victory for Lopez that would propel him into the very top of the featherweight rankings. So maybe the most beneficial L in UFC history. For that reason, I'm considering putting it at C tier. Maybe even B. So who we messing with musically? I'm a big fan of Radiohead. I also like the Beach Boys. Roy Orbison. Big fan of Roy Orbison. He's got one of the best singing voices ever. Let me think. What else? I like Howlin' Wolf. Howlin' Wolf's a great artist. Beatles. I've been getting into the Beatles recently, their later work. What else? Oh, Kendrick. I always love Kendrick. And Tupac. So that's my West Side. When we die, getting fucked for life. You claim to be a player, but I effed your wife. So yeah, I like all forms, all genres, to be honest. Death Grips is another one I like. Tyler. Is there anything from the 2000s that I liked? Just like personally? Not really. I mean, Radiohead was around then, but I liked Yee when he wasn't absolutely batshit insane. And then rock and roll music. What do I like? Oh, Jimi Hendrix. Big fan of Jimmy. What a fight. Diego was a big dog, I'm pretty sure, and made it competitive. Sick. Yeah, I got all around music taste, comprehensive. Again, reminder, guys, if you have any additions you'd like to see for the tier list, let me know. Diego Lopez making it close with number 6. Number 6, featherweight. Movzar Evloev. B, C, and D. Ba-bum. Poll is up. Have you heard of JPEG Mafia? Yes, I have heard of JPEG Mafia. I love the Scare and the Hose album with Danny Brown. That was a match made in heaven. I think you'd like them. Yes, I do like JPEG Mafia. Garbage Pail Kids. I like that one. There was another one like Lean Beef Patty. That's a good one. Shoot. There were other ones too. There was one that was like a gospel song that I was a big fan of. I mean, if a bunch of his other stuff is like that, then I'm a big JPEG Mafia fan. Shut your bitch ass up. Kingdom Hearts Key, that's a good one. Heaven on Earth. Oh, Heaven on Earth. Yeah, God Loves You as well. Those are all good ones. Stop scaring the hose. Get off my aux cord. Ain't it funny? Ain't it? Ain't it funny how it happens? Ain't it? Certified porn and metal doors. Again, and got some of it for metal doors. Got shots at Kate in a whiteout. His latest album's a banger. Posted the full thing on YouTube just now. I think there was one he had of like a giant cross behind him or something. That was I Lay Down My Life for You. That was it. Did he release again? Because I saw he released another song recently, but I don't know if it's connected to an album or not. Yeah, man, he's gotten even better, I think. Danny Brown impression. Yeah, I listened to like the first 3 songs from that album, and I don't know, I just like my mind went to other things. I got distracted, but I might hop back onto that album. Yeah, just now, a few months ago, maybe. Yep, that's the one. I'll get back on the bandwagon. 100% for Diego Lopez making it close with Evloev. Let's go. I feel ya. Yeah, for some reason, like the energy is just different with that album compared to Scaring the Hose. The Scaring the Hose is way more energetic. Something about you have to really get into it for I Lay Down My Life for You. But I also like the Forever Story from Jid. Jid is fantastic. So let's get into. I will put this up in B tier. Sweet. Oh shit! Oh god! Turned it on its head, and much like Diego Lopez was from a lot of that fight. That yes, sir. B tier. All right, we're filling them up. Getting close here, fellers. Good work. We could actually leave before lunchtime, or before it's time to head to bed. G.I. Jid, Pusha T. Love Pusha T. Story of Adonis track is one of the best diss tracks ever. He did he used to be in a group called Clips, right? And he did this famous track called Ride It, Grinding. Boom, 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 grinding. Boom, boom, boom. And Joey Badass as well. Didn't he had an interview with Anthony Fantano where he told him, dude, my album made you cry and you gave it a 7? My album literally made you shed salty ass tears and you gave my entire album a 7. So I remember that. Bangers. Yeah, I need to get into Joey Badass a little more. Yeah. Next up. We have this is a sadder one, and it's a recent one. It's the inspiration for this list, so I had to include it. Ay. Moicano made money, my brother. I want money. Hank, do you know what a 4570 is? Yeah, it was the lingo that Kevin Holland used during that Rampage Jackson interview he did recently, and TJ Dillashaw just shat all over him and said, "Oh, these young kids, they're just taking whatever terminology they just learned, like a little 5-year-old." Ronan at least said that. 4570 ammo, a rifle cartridge used for hunting big game. I see. Okay, have you used 4570 before? Not in the AM, bro. Yeah, Kevin Holland wants to be a hunter. Yeah, he's on the aggression until he gets taken down, in which case he becomes the prey. He becomes the deer that's just been shot and has its innards removed. So, yeah, maybe you should actually do that and use that, Kevin Holland, instead of just talking about it. But yeah, Moicano made money, my brother. And he was supposed to fight Beneil Dariush until the #1 lightweight contender Arman Sarukian pulled out against UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev with a back injury. Still has not been disclosed the real reason, maybe. But he fought on only 1 day's notice. What? Hey, I was eating steak and drinking beer in Brazil. They called me up 1 day notice, my brother. My dad gonna be a cop. He having his 6th child already, my brother. I going to be American patriot for Donald Trump, and then I'm gonna be a member of Congress, my brother. I am going to be American politician, my brother, and that unless this new executive order takes place, in which case my ass is grass, my brother. But yeah. I honestly think that Moicano would have done well against the striker in Beneil Dariush, but instead he was given a wrestler in Islam Makhachev. So honestly, can't criticize him too much for this performance. That being said, he did tap out quick to that Darce. He tapped quickly, almost deliberately stuck his head in there in the choke, almost on instinct. But I will say he did look solid on the feet. He was outstriking Islam until he got taken down. But he did look horrific on the ground despite being a BJJ guy, which is very strange. I guess it's just the Dagestani for you. Super duper short notice. I get it, but it does still look pretty bad when he doesn't prepare. Definitely not a short notice kind of fighter. And when he was talking about how I faced Jose Aldo on short notice, my brother, I think he got knocked out in the first round by Jose Aldo, right? Or at least got pieced up and destroyed over time. So on short notice, Moicano does tend to crumble a little bit. I don't think he was a fighter made for this kind of short notice replacement, but he made that bag, man, and that's what Moicano wants at the end of the day, right? And what's what we want for him too. So, but still, Moicano did not get hurt, took 0 damage, was submitted in an instant. Very quick turnaround potential for him, and I think he can come right back without injury. So there's that plus as well. I'd put this in D tier. I think it's D tier. Yes. Hey, let me get TJ the Killer Dillashaw stepping up against Renan Barão for the bantamweight title during UFC 173. It's there. It is there, Ryan Welsh. TJ comes in off 2 weeks. No, 2 weeks notice, my brother. Dominated Barão and secures his victory with a 5th round KO, and I remember that too. Rampage would wreck Holland in a fight. He would. Yeah, he'd put his ass right out. He'd take him down and smash him. No, Diddy. That podcast was painful. I'm sorry you had to suffer through it. I hardly call this a short notice fight since he was already in camp for a fight on the card. Yeah, but it was for someone else completely. Man Moicano did all the right things on the ground. Islam lulls you into a false sense of security, making it seem like you can go into positions where he'll snatch you up into something inescapable. Yeah, like a Venus flytrap who's recently found a fly in its mouth. Oh, my goat. I just seen it. Okay. Yeah, good old TJ, man. I got a soft spot for TJ Dillashaw. He was a lot of fun while he lasted. And he says it like it is, man. He was a snake in the grass in his early days, but honestly, fuck Team Alpha Male for how I was treating TJ. I think there's more to TJ Dillashaw than meets the eye. So where would we place this, by the way? And he's so real. Yeah, exactly. I think TJ really came into his own once he grew up a little bit. Let's start the poll. Where do people place this? Between D and F. Let's see it. He's so real, man. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's just strange that he was so not real for a while. Like against Dominic Cruz, he was just like shaking in his boots, pretty much. Very delusional guy. I don't know. I think after he got caught, it humbled it. It mellowed him out a little bit. I'll always give benefit of the doubt. Damn, don't agree. Wait, don't agree on what? Ooh, 4. A lot of people have it at F. 80%. Yikes. Yikes, my brother. Damn, 3 Fs. 2 wrongs don't make a right. No, watching the poll. Okay. Yikes, a Rooney. All right. People have spoken. I get it. All right. I will put this here. Down an F. Shit, man. Tough crowd. I think because it's recent, it hurts extra for people. I get it. Now we get into another bit of short notice, also replacement, also involving Diego Lopez. We got Danny Ige stepping in on, what was it? 3? I think it was 3 hours notice. 4. Okay, 4 hours notice at UFC 303 against Diego Lopez. When Brian Ortega, his beak, basically Brian Ortega's beak shriveled up. It came loose. It fell off his head, but he didn't have enough time for the beak to grow back. And I'm glad you asked. Glad you asked about Brian Ortega's transformational system, about his how he would shed his skin. You know, when Brian Ortega, the eagle, he would have his beak and then would fall off and it would grow back. But he didn't have enough time, man. He couldn't replace the beak on 4 hours notice. So he had to flap his wings and fly out of Las Vegas, unfortunately. And you know, Dan Ige was apparently having a massage at his house at the time, and then he was called up on 4 hours notice. It was like, okay, I'm coming. I'll make it. I'm putting on my suit, honey. Where's my super suit? Where is my super suit? We're talking about the greater good, woman. Greater good. I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. You tell me where my suit is, woman. And he got his fighter shorts on and made his way to Las Vegas. And I think he had a pretty close fight as well. I think there were moments where he was tagging, like as you can see here, with his head kick on the feet and looking slick with the boxing. And then, you know, there's a lot of time where Diego Lopez spent on bottom, getting into like grappling positions and trying his BJJ stuff. Like, I think Lopez pulled off this fight by the skin of his teeth. Really good performance against Dan Ige, but he did not follow it up against Lerone Murphy. Had a close fight with Lerone Murphy too, though, and if it wasn't for that third round, man, he would have won. Dan Ige is very highly underrated. I love 50K Ige. And he had a great performance for literally 4 hours notice. But yeah, still lost. Very close fight. Just shows that he's a badass. And he's willing to put in the work and make that money for his kid on the way, dude. That finish he had on Andre Touchy-Feely is probably one of the greatest. That's one of my favorite knockouts I've ever watched. Just puts him out and then boom, boom, on top, just as a closing statement. Dan Igue's great, but and amazingly enough, he had this close ass fight with Diego Lopez on literally 4 hours notice. Can you imagine what would have happened if he was prepared? So, I think this is I would say. Let's see. I'd say it's C. I think it's a C. I think he did pretty damn good. Not a mark on him. You glazing Ige, bro. Bro hates T-City. I don't hate him. I just like to make fun of him. That's all. Dan 50K Ige. Think it was 4. Yeah, GOAT. 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 hours. It don't matter. It don't matter. Hey man, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. I'm gonna kick your bugging ass. You glazing Ige. I'm sorry, man. He's just a fun fighter to watch. What can I say? Jim Ross impression. Oh God. Oh yeah, Mr. McMahon making his way to the ring. Oh, it's Austin. Stone Cold. We are in the Austin era. The Austin era has begun. And as far as I'm concerned, Eric Bischoff is a privileged little spoiled brat bitch, and he can kick my ass. Woo! What are you saying, JR? You heard what I said, damn it, and I meant what I said. Mr. McMahon is just a corporate suit, and his little Nepo baby son, Shane, and get their asses kicked by the rattlesnake. Stone Cold! Good God in heaven! As God is my witness, he is broken in half. The Undertaker's alive! The Undertaker's alive! What else does he do? Oh, God. And then there's... I'm not going to kiss your ass, Mr. McMahon. And I'll bet my kids and my family and my hat on it. You understand? We have encountered a supreme error for him and for being in it. My God, it's John Cena. It's John Cena. John Cena at number 30. Dan Ige making it close with Jim Ross's cough. Diego Lopez. There we go. Why are you? How do you know so much about old WWF? Because I was a wrestling fan before I was an MMA fan. People forget, man. Hank the Tank got a wrestling video game in 2014. Changed his life, man. People forget. Wrestling changed the game for Hank the Tank. People forget the pipe bomb, man. CM Punk walked away with the title. Money in the Bank 2011. Oh, unbelievable. People forget, man. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, 2K15. Great showcase, man. Changed the game. I just remember Jim Ross was like, oh no, Triple H just ran over Austin. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. He just went crazy about it. Avid WWF enjoyer. These are my first experiences in regard to WWF. I love it. Nice. You must not even been born yet, though. But I told you, man, I'm a historian at heart. I love the past. I enjoy the past more than I do the present. So I watch a lot of footage, including old MMA, including old wrestling. I like to look at the sport's origin so I can appreciate its present and future, pretty much. Yeah. So there you go. How's AEW? Not in a great place. Not in a great place. Tony Khan, he has moments of brilliance, but honestly, he's just such a mid booker. Chris Jericho just needs to go, ruining the product every week. Hangman's all right. Hurt Syndicate, that used to be the Hurt Locker, recently won the tag title, so that was pretty cool. The Acclaimed split up, which is so stupid. Let me think. What else? Who's the champion right now? Oh yeah, John Moxley's there, and John Moxley's just awful. That face. What I was expecting. Yeah, exactly. It's the truth. It's the truth. Wow, 3-way tie, 9 votes. Holy crap. Yeah, I think that lets me know that it's C. It's probably C tier. So makes sense to me. Da, 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 da. And hey, we got the whole list filled out, folks. Yeah, yes, sir. Good work, ladies and gentlemen. I knew there was enough variety in here that we could fill up the whole list. But yeah, then we had Mr. Nathan Diaz taking on the notorious Conor McGregor. Ha ha! Ha! This was at UFC 196. Nate Diaz took the fight on 11 days' notice when lightweight Rafael Dos Anjos pulled out with a broken foot. My foot was a balloon. My foot came out of the socket. And Conor had to move up from featherweight to lightweight to welterweight to take on Diaz. Interesting story, anecdote about this one. John Anik said, if Nate Diaz beats Conor McGregor, I'm getting a 209 tattoo on my arm. Ha! And then Nate Diaz did that exact thing. And then Anik was like, well, guess I gotta go to this unclean needle. And yeah, he still has that 209 tattoo of Diaz because he opened his loud mouth and said he'd never beat Conor. That's what's up. Hey, John Anik with the prize, but I'm not the prize, motherfucker. Taking everything I work for. I'm going to fight your ass. Gadies and Lentilman. JD's and Lentilman. I see. Are those men made out of lentils? Very interesting. Huh, how about that? I'm not the prize. 209 represent Stockton. Man, I'm going to shout out to my brother Nick. Diaz Army. Okay. 209 represent. We're playing touch butt in the park. It's Conor McGregor. I'm going to count to 10. Okay. 10. Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Yeah, Stockton, motherfucker, yeah. Dude, Anik went through with that. I wouldn't have thought so. Well, at the time, John Anik was dealing with legal cases over the custody of his children, so he wasn't thinking straight. Okay, he was a crazy man at the time. What happens when you play touch butt with that ponytail in the park? Get death by 1,000 cuts. That's what's up. And Conor McGregor, he was doing his thing on the feet for a little bit, but it was a welterweight. He was gassing out. Nate Diaz hitting him with some big shots, hurting him with better combinations. Conor gassed out quick, but I get it. He was a 145er going up to 170, so that sort of explains how quickly he passed out basically and lost all his momentum. And then Diaz just kept stinging him up and found the back, and the rear naked choke was there, and he found it. So props to Nate Diaz, but props to Conor McGregor too for going up 2 weight classes to fight this motherfucker. That's what's up. But Diaz, it was an excellent performance, but then they would have their rematch, and Conor McGregor still beat Diaz when it wasn't on short notice. But it was majority decision. It was a close one. I get it, but does that help or hurt the short notice replacement? I think it sort of hurts it because I think it shows that if they actually had preparation, then Conor would probably beat Nate. But that was still a very close fight. I don't know. Also, pushed Diaz into stardom completely. So, I think that also helps Diaz's case that he made millions off of this upset and had this lengthy career that resulted in a boxing match with Masvidal. So, that is a pretty good win for Diaz. I'd consider it probably an A. This is the one that everybody remembers. This is the legendary one. Not surprised. Hey, Nate Diaz, you just shook up the world. How does that feel? I'm not surprised, man. Dude, I'm tripping out on HGH and marijuana. I got so much weed in my system, I can't feel anything, just like my brother Nick. There you go. I'm gonna put in a poll. Diaz flattening out McGregor. No Diddy. Not surprised. I'm not surprised. You are dead. No big surprise. It's not the greatest short notice upset of all time, but it's certainly up there. Let's see. What's the short notice replacement gonna be? Where's your mother? Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, Steve Spiros is here. What up, Hank? I'm doing all right, Steve. I'm having a Yankee Doodle of a time. I'm just sort of wrapping up the tier list. Do you have any other potential additions I should have for greatest short notice replacement fights? What would be some of your candidates? They might already be on the list, but what would you say, man? What are some notable upsets or short notice replacement fights that were complete busts that I should include on the list? Also, did you check out any of No Chill's little GFL draft? I was on there with Aaron Tatz, Musical MMA, and what was it? Shoot. Oh, Otis, the beefy one. Yes. So, whoa, $9.99 super sticker from Steve Spiros. Thank you so much, dude. You didn't have to do that. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate it, brother. Let's fucking go. How many more watch hours till you get a dono? It's here, man. We did it. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're already monetized, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's fucking go. What was the super sticker? Oh, thank you. All right. Yeah, I made it, dude. I told you that the podcast would make it. Yo, apparently that many more. Yes, sir. Let's go. Big W from Steve Spiros. Absolutely. I missed the No Chill thing. I was in Giuliano's live stream. Yeah. Giuliano was upset too because No Chill's his boy, and he was there in the live chat at the time, and he was basically like, hey, where, No Chill. You could sort of do a Nate Diaz impression with Giuliano, but he was like, hey, yo, No Chill. Why wasn't I included in this? Why wasn't I here? Word. Okay. And then he in Italian, he basically called one of the fighters that I put on my roster, what a bitch. He said that in Italian. Very, very interesting from Giuliano. He's like, why wasn't I here? I would have picked Gegard Mousasi. I go to Joe's in Hollywood. I missed No Chill's thing. I was in Giuliano's. Let's see what the poll says, by the way. 50-50 split between A and B. Damn. There's 9 people in here. There's one split tie vote. I'd put in A, but we'll see. Seems like Diaz versus McGregor is always a very touchy subject for people. Tough week at school. Feels good to have the weekend off. Yes, sir. What do you think about MVP versus Shara? I think MVP easily outstrikes him, but it seems nobody agrees. Yeah. I think he does because Armin Petrosian was outstriking him. He was. I thought Armin Petrosian won that first round against him. And then the second round, he was winning. And then Shara just put him out cold, basically, with that spinning back fist. So, I mean, they're sort of the same fighter in a way because they're both keep at range. And, Shara has his kicks. And then MVP has his big combinations coming in. And I trust the experience of MVP with that one. But, it could really be an Ian Gary situation where it's like, I'm going to pick this motherfucker to lose like every single time, and he's just going to keep on winning. So I think people have given up hope. I think a lot of people picked Armin Petrosian and were upset. Girl, that should be me driving to your house, knocking on your door, kissing you on the mouth, holding on your hand, dancing in the dark, because I was the only one who loved you from the start. But now, okay, DJ, you're starting to get annoying, my friend. I agree. MVP is so fast striking in a straight line. Please comment other things, DJ Aiden. MVP is so fast striking in a straight line, but Char's going to use those kicks and try to limit his movement, right? Bit of a toss-up fight. Double spinning back fist. Yeah, that was crazy. Finally, we got a highlight from Shara Magomedov. It only took him 4 fucking fights. And he, just like Michael Bisping, he only has one eye, buddy. Somehow got through the commish. Can only fight in Abu Dhabi, buddy. That's the reason why. Kenny rips. I got myself a new toilet ladle for scooping out the... Jesus Christ. He's finally home. He's Tyrone. And that, children, was the first time I ate shit for crack. Ryan, crack, here I come. You will have to eat llama penises. Can I have some hot sauce with that? Hot sauce. Hey, Joe Rogan, I smell something cooking. Ryan, that's what Giuliano said. I just don't see Shara's good kicks hitting MVP's great defense, but I don't know. Showtime KO'd Wonderboy. That's what Giuliano said. Just don't see Shara's good kicks hitting MVP's great defense. I don't know. Showtime. Yeah, and we would have to do it up close, and MVP stays at range. And it's not like he has any grappling. That was MVP's weakness last time, Yeah, I don't think Shara's as good as Showtime either. Won't be seeing any off the cage roundhouse kicks, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes these guys, and this might sound cringy to say, but some guys just have that momentum and that aura that just takes them a longer way than you think they're gonna go. And I'm scared that's gonna be the case. I put Sriracha in the back door. Dude, your asshole must be on fire. You ripped one for sure. When you ripped one, it set off an explosion that destroyed the neighborhood. Agree. Yeah, let's see. Who has it? Oh, yes, Nate Diaz. Flattening out McGregor. No, did he? What's up? That's what's up. Gotta agree with that one. Good shit. All right, A tier goes. Da, 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 da. All right, let's get to the next one. TJ Dillashaw knocks out Renan Barão. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Good old TJ Dillashaw with the short notice title win against Renan Barão. And when was this? Oh yeah, hold on. How short notice was TJ's fight with Renan? Pulled from the fight. Original opponent was pulled on the day before the event. God, one day, what? Just like Moicano, 1 day's notice, my brother. Except TJ didn't pull a Moicano, kept it on the feet and just styled on him. It was like a fucking video game performance with the freaking combinations that TJ was landing on him. Just a head kick out of nowhere and just basically schooled Renan Barão, taught him a lesson. He was the teacher with that fight. Minimal time to adjust his strategy and training specifically for Barão. Fight was highly anticipated rematch. Yeah, fuck that. No. 177, yes. And TJ just figured him out. Like, as the fight went on, like, Renan really had nothing for TJ. It was a remarkable performance, almost nearly perfect, and it came from a complete rookie. Was it TJ's first fight? TJ Dillashaw record. I think it was his first fight for the UFC too, if I'm not mistaken. No, he was on Ultimate Fighter. Oh, there's that little snake in the grass, yeah. There's that snake in the grass. Uh, no, he had him before. He had plenty of fights before. No shit. He wasn't even ranked, I think. And he went just from God, what? He was a huge underdog too. Wasn't he like plus 900, I think? TJ Dillashaw. How big an underdog was TJ? Betting underdog was TJ Dillashaw. I think he was plus 900. Plus against Henan Barrow. Sorry. Got to get my facts straight. Plus 710. All right. That's close enough. That's still crazy. One of the biggest title maybe the biggest title upset in UFC history. I don't know, man. That's huge. MVP stays at range till he doesn't. Yes, and then he crashes forward. He closes that range. It's so fast. Shara grabs a hold of him. I definitely think he has a stronger ground game. Yeah, but Shara won't want to take him down. I don't think he'll want to. I think he's stupid enough that he'll keep it on the feet. He's blind. Buff Bagwell impression. Yeah, and Buff's the stuff. Hey, I'm Buff Bagwell. I wrestled for WCW. Man, it was fucking crazy back then, man. I was on hard drugs. My mom, she worked for the lumber company, and me and my friends, we would all get together and we laugh and giggle and sing. And then all the good days were over, man. Because then WCW came a knocking, and I was the stuff. Yeah, I was on the steroids, baby. And all the ladies wanted me. They have Buff Bagwell. And then they had that hat and the glasses. Oh, those were crazy times, man. But yeah, that's when I had my heart attack. Yeah. Yeah, most likely, Ryan, probably true. I'm actually not kidding that I really had some spicy backdoor action today, and it had my door burning for like 3 hours. You should buy a fire hydrant for that. TJ, the Thrilla Killa Dillashaw. Nice. That's a great nickname. That wasn't his nickname, was it? Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Want some ice cream, Lieutenant Dan? Oh, I love that scene. That's a great nickname. I don't know how it has anything to do with TJ, but I guess it does. Makes me happy, makes me smile. Can he please know I don't need to know? We really do. I saw Jones Gustafson for the first time today, and it made me so mad. John is such a cheater. He sure is. Yep, from the start. Guy's in a sports family and is a Nepo baby. Gustafson's a G. Yeah. I don't think he beat John Jones. It was a close fight, but still John Jones was on PEDs. I thought he was a minus 225 favorite. No, TJ Dillashaw was a huge ass underdog in this one. It was short notice. Is there any bigger title upset than Pena Nunes? Matt Serra knocking out George St. Pierre. That has to be it. Maybe GSP Serra. That was before my time. Yeah, that I was going to say. Had my chances. Could have been where he is standing. That's what hurts the most, girl. I came so close, but now you'll never know, baby. I loved you first, baby. I loved you, first. I loved you. Hey, DJ. I'm being as serious as a heart attack, brother. If you keep spamming lyrics in the chat, I might have to kick you out. So keep it up, buddy. I'm telling you this right now. Stop posting your dumbass lyrics and listen for once. Stop. Just comment. Stop doing that shit. According to stop pulling your little pranks. You have the musical challenge. According to Tapology, he was minus 225. What? But that's TJ versus Henan Barrow too. Versus Henan Barrow 1. Tapology. I mean, look at this, man. I mean, obviously not. I mean, how could a challenger be a minus 225 favorite? It's interesting. Anyway, let's get back to the slideshow. Let's put this in the poll already. But yeah, what an amazing performance from Dillashaw. He was hardly a contender at the time, and he just went from that to champion right away. And then he had the rematch with Barao, whooped him again. And then he lost to Dominic Cruz, I believe. Or no, he defended that belt a few times, I think. Maybe twice. No, I'll look it up. TJ. Let me. I gotta spell his name right. Yeah. All right. Where do we put this? I was thinking. I mean, I think it's S, but I'm gonna have it between S and A. Is it among the same shocking upsets short notice as Strickland and Bisping? I think it is. I honestly think it is. I'd be shocked if it wasn't S. So we'll see. I thought Jones beat Gus and Reyes, but lost to Santos, oddly enough. I think Reyes beat Jones. Santos, John Jones always leaves it way too close with guys he should be schooling. This is why he's not the GOAT. On drugs as well. I think we could have Jones on here for a couple things. Jones versus Shogun Rua, right? At UFC 128 for this belt. Defending against Vitor Belfort. I'd have him versus Rua. I'm only having one option for Jones. Fuck him. I can talk about him for only so long. I think Jones beat Reyes as well. Yeah, never mind. It just prank Hank the Tank. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Yeah, and sometimes the prank isn't so funny, DJ. This can't be spam. Let's see what the poll. Oh, by the way, there we go. Let's see what the poll thinks about this. Wow, only 75%. 75% A. I mean, he's a huge underdog, man. This was insane. Barao was a killer. He who was it he completely annihilated? He beat someone who was really good. Yeah, let's see. When was his? Oh yeah, he destroyed Uriah Faber, Eddie Wineland. Uriah Faber, he dominated. Eddie Wineland knocked him out. Michael McDonald submits him. Yeah, I mean he's not that impressive. Yeah, I get it. Man, 70% for A. Damn, man, that's cruel. Don't be cruel like lovers do. Cruel to TJ. That snake in the grass. He was on EPO, yeah. A fucking boom of a thing, yeah. All right. Let's put up Jones. Mandatory John Jones short notice discussion, which is a shame, but we have to do it. Jones versus Shogun Rua. Oh! Front kicked him in the face! God, this is a crazy image. Can you imagine if this right here landed? Oops. Can you imagine if John Jones illegally kneed Shogun Rua while he was down? He became the youngest UFC champion with this win, right? I think so. Mike Killishaw, unfortunately, gotta have him when talking about legends. Yeah, even the ones on drugs. In this game, I get it. Are we just judging how exciting the fight was or how impressive the result was? How impressive the result was. Definitely how impressive it was. Short notice step-ups. Want to step up? Oh, step up. The results yielded for whoever stepped up. Exactly. And John Jones, let me see. What was his last fight before this? Record. I'm glad he keeps that loss against Matt Hamill. Fuck him. Let me scroll down. Man, it's taking the internet forever. God, John Jones was a little monster. Yeah, beat Ryan Bader. That's right. He beat Ryan Bader. Guillotine choke. And then gets called up a little more than a month later against Mauricio Hua when I think Vitor Belfort pulled out. Who was Mauricio supposed to face? Or was it Machida? John Jones. Oh, Rashad Evans. He's supposed to face Rashad Evans, and he pulled out. Didn't John Jones destroy Rashad Evans at some point? Yeah, he did. Well, beat him by unanimous decision. That's not too impressive. Yeah, he's supposed to face Rashad Evans, just beat Lyoto Machida. And that was a huge moment for him. And then immediately gets crushed by John Jones. Damn. Sad stuff. But how old was John Jones at the time? I think he was like 21, 22, or 20. Yeah, he was born, I was going to say November 16th, 2024. That's not right. July 19th, 1987. July 19th. 2011 minus 1987. Okay, 13. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. Yeah, 10, 23, 24, I think. Yeah, 2011. Okay. I think he was, no, it was 23. I think it was 23 because he didn't turn 24 yet. I think it was 23 years old. Let me put it in the poll. This was a huge moment, and it was a title win too. I'll put it between S, A, and B. John Jones is a cheat, so therefore I'm gonna be angry. Almost illegally kneeing Shogun Hua to win the UFC light heavyweight title at 23. Yeah. 23 years of age. Did you man, and the statement he made with his fight, walking away from Hua's seemingly lifeless body is beyond cold. Yeah, I mean, he's had some badass finishes. Those were in the early days. Did you do Aspinall versus Pavlovich? I did not do that. I might have to include that. Yes. Oh, nice one. Maybe a D tier. I wish. I'd put this one at A or S as well. I'm here. He's here. And maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Wow. Yeah, out you go. Yeah, I know you're DJ. Fucking ridiculous, dude. Aspinall did step up on 2 weeks' notice after Jones versus Miocic fell through for UFC 295. Yes, he did. Securing that interim belt. Still hasn't got the shot, I know, because John Jones is a pussy. Or he wants to make big money off the fight. Still hasn't been announced yet, by the way. Everybody's saying, oh, it's going to happen. And why hasn't it been announced? That is my question. So, yeah, DJ thought he could pull a fast one on me. What a dumbass. SNA, it's tied. All right, there's a tie-breaking vote here. Yeah, I'm gonna end the poll real quick. Screw that. And I'm gonna be mean and put it in B. I mean, put it in A. Because he was probably on drugs. So there you go. Take that, Jones. You don't get to be the GOAT here. See ya. I know you're so privileged and you're so sad, but you can't do it. Just go and take it out on the wife. Why not? Anyway, let's okay, we might as well put in, should have sent it into B. Hey, you asked for it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. There we go. Thank you for reminding me to do that. John Jones is asking for 30 mil, bro. W, to be honest. Thank you. And I'll do Aspinall as like the end. But we got to talk about this guy. AI Aquinta, who got whooped by Khabib Nurmagomedov. This was Khabib's actual title win. This is how he won the title. Wasn't against Conor. Wasn't against Tony Ferguson. Wasn't against there's someone else he was supposed to be fighting. Eddie Alvarez. He fought Iaquinta, and it was on how many days' notice? Let's see. Have it somewhere. Last second, went from prelims up to the main card. Yeah, he was gonna fight on the prelims of the same card, and then had to be a short notice replacement when Tony was out. So again, cursed ass matchup between Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov. It was never meant to be, my friends. And let me make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Less than a day's notice. Crazy. So he pulled Dan Ige, basically. But Khabib said that Ali Quinta gave him a tough fight. He didn't get finished by Khabib. Refused to get finished by Khabib. And he actually had some power in his mitts too, and he stung Khabib up in moments. So he took him the distance. He refused to be finished. And that's honestly a W in terms of opponents of Khabib. He did a pretty good job. How it's smelling, though. Oh, God. Disgusting. I was walking, so I left the trail behind me. Wow, like a skunk. Didn't get a whiff, unfortunately. That's sad, man. Crazy Eye Quinta went the distance, to be honest. Respect. Yeah, real. What a badass. Where do we place this? I don't think it's A because he lost, but he still lost by decision to Khabib. Quinta refuses to get finished by Khabib. Let's see what people think of this one. So I'm interested. Is that Islam Makhachev right there? Look, that's Islam with his big ass grin on his face. Oh, how wonderful. Where's their dad is probably behind him too. No, he's probably in Dagestan. But yeah, that's a better facial expression than the one he usually gives when he's sitting back enjoying the action. So we'll see. B is at 50%. C is at 50%. Yes, brother. Eat, sleepy, or training. Perhaps coachy every now and then, brother. What are you doing? What are you doing, Omar? Strike with him, Omar. Take him down, Umar! Close the distance! Stick to the game plan! Ah! Yeah, that definitely works out, Khabib. Good thinking. Wow, B wins out with 67%. I'll take it, brother. I'll take it, brother. Yes. Kill everybody, brother. Kill everybody, brother. I'm the champ. I'm the man. Ah! People have spoken. B. What a B. Did we miss anything else? Let's see. I think somebody else had a recommendation. Jones. Somebody else had a recommendation. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, Aspinall versus Pavlovich. Brother might be Hamzat. Yes, Braza. Yes, be pulling through, but I'm with Jones. But in with Jones. Braza. Yeah, Jones destroys him, which would be nice. I'm gonna have 2 more picks before I head out. Let me bring up the images for you. It hurts. It hurts that I have to include this, but I do. This is how legends are made. Yes, by getting head kicked in the face and sent to the Shadow Realm. That's pretty good. And then Tom Aspinall versus Sergey. I'm going to give this belt to me father. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Someone said he's the hero of the day. It takes patience to be a man and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Whoa, I'm an alien. Was that short notice for Yuri? Against Pereira the second time around. Both guys replaced Yuri Prohaska. They both replaced Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, but Yuri got the brunt of it. But both men technically took that fight on short notice. Ally Quinta subs Jones round 1 via flying triangle. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I won't. I know he's the GOAT. So which one do we want to do first? That's right, for 300. No, that was for UFC 303. 303 was supposed to be McGregor versus Chandler, and that got scrapped because McGregor had a toe injury, which was ironic because Alex Pereira came into the fight with Yuri with a toe injury and broke his toe head kicking Yuri's face, and he was a real man about it. Shat. Yeah. Freaking casual Ryan Welsh, man. But yeah, we're going to start with Yuri's blunder. Coming out to This Is How Legends Are Made and Getting Destroyed. Is it between D or F? I wonder what the people will think of this one. What could it possibly be? Wow, D. D with 1 vote so far. I'm surprised. Why are you giving Yuri so much credit? Yuri's blunder, Alex's prosperity. That's true. They balance each other out. It was entertaining at the very least. It was an S for Alex. Probably the best performance of Alex's career. Man, I'm saying I give the benefit of the doubt. Okay. All right. It's between D and F. Our vote is tied. He stepped up against this freaking world beater who'd been tearing up the divisions. Yeah. That's true. And he did try to get a takedown too. Didn't work out though. Got absolutely demolished, to be honest. At least he wasn't subbed within a minute like Moicano. I get it. All right. You know what? I'll end it and I'll put it in D. I'll give you the D. It's making up for what was it? Putting oh god, what was the one you didn't want an F? Oh, putting Felder versus RDA in D. Instead, I'll put one in D that you want to go in there. So congratulations, you earned it, Pally. There we go. And then let's see. Now let's do Aspinall versus Pavlovich, and then I think that'll be a wrap, man. Ooh, Ryan Welsh singing Tommy Aspinall's theme. Whoa, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa. Yeah, that was one of the best fight cards I've ever watched live. Whoa. Cheers, bub. Watch it, bub. What do they call you? Wheels? Grow cause of this society lights a candle stronger than the sun. On short notice for interim gold. Gold, I tell you. I got it between A and B. Do I add? I don't think it's S, though. I don't think it's S. I think it's between A and B. It was for interim gold. If you're going to apply the same logic to TJ, you got to apply it to Aspinall. It was for interim gold. And they were pretty close in betting odds, but still a big moment. S. Nuh-uh. Doesn't count. Interim gold. And they were even odds. It's James Gunn's new Superman going to be a banger or what? We'll see, man. Who's playing Lex Luthor again? It's someone pretty entertaining. I remember that. So it was someone who had the roll down perfect. James Gunn cast. Oh yeah, Nicholas Hoult was perfect for Lex Luthor. That's a perfect guy to play Lex Luthor. Man, S. Shit. All right, the interim gold. Okay. There's a bunch of comically accurate stuff too. Nicholas Hoult, right? Yeah, exactly. Comically, in terms of the comics, or comic isn't funny. Probably that. One vote for A. All right. You got it, buddy. All right. He's a good guy. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it for the tier list. Let's show the slideshow. So we have Islam Mahaj Hinata Moicano getting subbed by Islam in less than a minute in F. We have Volkanovski getting slept in F. We have Yuri getting slept by Alex in round 2 in D. We got RDA beating the dog shit out of Paul Felder in D. We have Dan Ige putting on a solid performance against Diego Lopez on short notice in C. AI Quinter refusing to get finished by Habib in B. John Jones almost illegally kneeing Shogun Hua in B. Diego Lopez having a fantastic close fight with Movsar Evloev in B and then skyrocketing after that. We got Tom Aspinall knocking out Sergey in A. We got TJ winning gold, shockingly, against Henan Barrow in A. Diaz submitting Connor, A. Classic. You got Matt Lozon knocking out Jens Pulver, A. Yes, sir. Bisping winning the belt, and then Sean winning the belt. And I think that's a fairly accurate tank tier list, ladies and gentlemen. I think we did a good job this time around, boys. So, good work. And that's it. That is it for Tank Tier List Thursday. Paul Felder and D. Yeah, that's right. Who gives a damn about that short notice replacement? Nobody remembers, okay? It's going to be lost in the annals of history, okay? I'm sorry. That's the truth, Ruth, okay? But I got maybe 4 more minutes, and then I'll probably wrap it up. So, or actually, I'll probably wrap it up sooner. But any last voids? Any last voids from you filthy animals? The Splitty City Slickers before I head out. Good list, Beretta. Never mind. Bad list. Very bad list. That makes me mad. All right, whatever, man. You don't care. It doesn't matter. It's my list. It's my channel. Whatever. I do what I want. Okay? Yeah. What's up, Doc? I knew I took the wrong turn at Albuquerque. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. What's up? What's all the hubbub, bub? But that's going to do it. So I think that's it. That's wrapping it up. Thank you guys all for watching. Tune in for Hank the Tank's Fight Companion for LFA 200 coming up on Saturday with the legendary No Chill MMA. I'll also be paying close attention to the draft. Knucklemania as well is coming up on Saturday. I'll be watching that. What else is going on? Oh, yeah, 170. I'm probably going to just watch the results of that. You know what it is? Straight W's. Later, Hank. Yeah. And until we meet again, Splitty City Slickers, you have escaped the concrete jungle for now. By God, he's an Englishman. Aspinall's an Englishman. He's an Englishman in New York. The Aspinall era has begun.